Hi, it's Monday the 2nd of November and it's been, what has it been, 10 days? Week last Friday since I did one of these. Mainly because I felt I hadn't got anything to say. Symptoms wise, everything seems to have calmed down. Had a good week last week as far as pain goes. A little bit of bleeding, a few clots, but nothing really disastrous. I think last Saturday, so not the one just gone, not Halloween, the one before that, I couldn't finish the day, had to come home, but since then it's been okay. Spoke to the doctors, this is probably the last time I recorded. The doctor told me I've got to have a cystectomy, which I've been practicing saying I'm really good at that one now. A cystectomy, so I've got to have the bladder removed. And I was being referred to Heartland's Hospital, to the specialist multidisciplinary, not practice that one, the specialist multidisciplinary team that Heartland's was going to do that. And the last thing the doctor said, or the consultant said from the Manor, was that he would ring me probably in a fortnight to check I hadn't slipped through the net. It took us a good time. But anyway, I rang the Manor I'd rung them a couple of times actually, just to ask some questions that I always forget to ask. One was about chemo, whether I was going to need that. The second one was about just some sort of time frame, just for work more than anything, because I've started putting people off and then the operation hasn't happened and I'm like, oh crikey, what am I going to do? So I just need a few questions answered. So I spoke to the specialist nurses on Friday just gone and asked the question, what's going on basically, time frame wise, and she surprisingly said, well, they're having the MDT, the specialist multidisciplinary team, are having their meeting on Tuesday, i.e. the 3rd of November, tomorrow, to discuss whether you have to have the bladder removed or chemo or both. And I was like, hang on, the consultant last week told me this was a go, this is what was happening. And she said, no, until the team at Heartland's have discussed you, then they don't really know what the treatment is. Now this confused me and it pissed me off a little bit, because I'd got my head around having this, having my bladder taken out, and now all of a sudden there's this seed of doubt as to whether they're going to do it, whether they're not going to do it, and I'm sort of back up in the air again. So I'm still trying to keep my head in the game to say, okay, this is what's going to happen. Oh, the other thing, it might not even be at Heartland's, it might now be at Solihull. So again, left hand not knowing what right hand is doing. So I'm a bit back up in the air. I said I'll ring them on Wednesday to find out what, if anything has happened. But since then we've gone into lockdown, so I don't know if that'll have any bearing on times and dates and stuff. But yeah, so that's where we are with that. And my other, I'm sorry about squinting, the sun's really bright. My other discovery this week, I happened to Google, I've been really tired, a little bit emotional times, snappy, in quite a lot of discomfort. If I walk up, I'm not fit enough to run a marathon, but my job requires a certain amount of core strength, and I've been doing it quite a long time, so my body is used to it. And I found myself getting really quite out of breath if I walk up the stairs. I may have mentioned this before. I'm breathing quite heavy by the time I get there. Getting quite a lot of pain in sort of my hips and backs of my legs. So I googled in the week, Dr. Google, here we go again. The search requirement says, does cancer make you tired? Blimey heck. There's a thing called cancer fatigue. Right, I've never heard of cancer fatigue. Right, if I just run down the list of symptoms, I'm going to read it from down there. Right, I'm not driving, honestly. Okay, lack of energy, tick. Can't be bothered, tick. Sleeping problems, tick. Pain in the muscles, through simple exercise like climbing the stairs, tick. Becoming breathless, even after silly things like having a shower, tick. How does that happen? How can having a shower make you out of breath? But that's something that's happening. Where are we now? negative feelings about yourself and others, that goes back to the can't be bothered, quite short tempered, a bit snappy sometimes. Now, I don't think I've ever Googled anything and discovered something where I could just go tick, 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 tick. That's me. And it has sort of made me feel a bit better, because I was at the point, I think I did a video a while ago where I said, this was before the CT scan, that I felt it could have spread somewhere else, or what if it had spread somewhere else. These symptoms have got a lot to do with it, because if they'd have told me it had gone into my lungs or spread into my bones, I wouldn't have been surprised with the discomfort I've been feeling, the breathlessness. If I carry my little one up the stairs, I literally have to sit down for a couple of minutes just to get my breath back. Now, that's not me, that shouldn't be happening. There are certain bits in my job where I used to fly through, didn't think, and now I have to have a break after like doing little bits, and that shouldn't be me. My body should be used to it. So that was a major discovery this week, and I did ask the nurses when I spoke to them, and said, is it a thing or is it psychological? I'd sort of convinced myself it was all in my head, and she said no, it is a thing, it's an actual thing. It affects, I think, 1 in 3 people, it was saying. Sometimes the cancer can affect, sometimes it's the treatments that can affect, so chemo and stuff, which you would expect off chemo. So it was quite a revelation. This is a thing, and it doesn't make it better, but knowing it's got a name somehow makes it easier to cope with. That I can puff and pant away now and just say, yes, it's cancer fatigue, and people seem to accept that. So yeah, so if you're watching this and you've got this and you're going through it, that's what it is, you've got cancer fatigue. So I will stop saying so, because that means I've come to the end of what I was going to say, and I will leave it there. I probably won't do it tomorrow. Wednesday I will update as to what's going on as far as treatment goes, because by then they will have a plan in place, no doubt, and we'll see, and hopefully there's some opening in my eyes. Yeah, see you soon.